We're in the house, y'all. Black Power is the general. Black at y'all again with this real talk. Y'all know what time it is. Let me get let me get that smoke up here. Matter of fact, let me just I ain't got to share right now. All right, this up there. Okay, I don't want it up there right now. I don't want it up there right now. Y'all know what time it is, Family Kings? Well, yes, I do. I keep doing this shit. Like, what did I bring it up for? I'm tripping. I'm tripping. About to get it together, though. About to get it together. We're gonna put them on the run today. That's right. That's shocking right there. That's shocking right there. I had to put that flyer up there first so y'all can see that. Y'all see the Muslim praying to Jerusalem. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That's all powerful. Let me get my monitor up, family. I'm gonna hurt them. I'm gonna hurt them. I'm gonna hurt them. All right. We're in the house. Come on, Muslims. Don't run now. Don't run. Come on in. We're gonna get you. Okay. Y'all know what time it is. KingSeti.com online marketplace, the official General Sarasu and Seti t-shirts, DVDs, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies. We got African and Kemetic home decor for your living room and for your dining room. Guaranteed. You understand what I'm saying? To make you feel divine. Get on over there to KingSeti.com online marketplace and get official. You see what I'm saying? Seti University of Ancient and Modern African Wisdom and Knowledge. Over 800 lectures and videos. Too raw for YouTube. Band videos. Seti debates. Ancient Egypt, Olmec, Voyages of the Nile, Freemasonry, occult science, Islam, Judaism. As we kicking off tonight, you know I go in a little harder on them. You feel me? I had to. They get to crying on YouTube if I get to, because I could crunch your backbone. It ain't a problem. And so when it get too hard, you had to go on over there to Seti when y'all want that straight up. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm gonna still crunch backs today. You understand what I'm saying? But if I could take the gloves off, I'll show enough get into it. You see what I'm saying? Black power, politics, and economics, street battles, video and radio interviews. Get on over there to GeneralSeti.com, Seti University today, the complete General Sarasu Seti website. And then we know the Patreon. That's the lecture hall for the general. When I'm ready, Seti University is the library system. But Patreon is the lecture hall. You understand what I'm saying? So when y'all want those exclusive live streams, y'all got to get on over there to my Patreon tomorrow. I'm gonna be dropping Who Are the Children of the Sun. See, it's gonna get hot. It's gonna get hot. You understand what I'm saying? Some of that just can't go on YouTube. You understand what I'm saying? Because when I make that distinction, you understand what I'm saying? I got to show and prove, and I have to look at other people that claiming to be these things, and I'm gonna set their ass on fire too. So be prepared for that tomorrow. Who Are the Children of the Sun? Patreon, General Sarasu Seti. Y'all already know Seti Live. When Seti Live is lit, make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, General Seti, Sarasu Seti, and King Seti. All three. Get on over there, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Make sure you hit when it say all the damn time. God damn it, don't just say for just something. God damn it, all the time. And make sure you get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it. You feel me? I got 2 powerful live streams coming up. General Seti ticketleap.com. The Power of Ancient Egypt, which is going to be November the 14th, 2020. That's on a Sunday. Coming in hard body. Get ready. You're going to have 2 notebooks. You're going to have a goddamn 2 packs of ink pens and all type of shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because we're going places that people don't even go because they don't even know about. We're going up the river. We're going to all the obscure branches of the Nile. We're going into the secret, sacred Sud Swamp. And people not talking about the Sud Swamp. You understand what I'm saying? We're talking about tributaries that's going east, west, north, and south, carrying Africans from parts of Africa you don't even know about. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to be dealing with pre-dynastic Kushite civilization, the 76 kings of the Abydos kings list, all the major queens, gods, and goddesses. We're going to be looking at the 18th dynasty, the 25th dynasty, and we're going to be looking at the mystery system and the colonies that were set up all over the world by the Nile Valley mystery system. So this is most definitely, you want to be in the house for this one. Again, November 14, 2020, starting at 2:30 p.m. The link is down in the video description. You can go to generalseti.ticketleap.com and you can see all them hot damn video. And I take the gloves all the way off on it. All the way off. That's why this can only go on generalseti.com. You understand what I'm saying? These lectures, because I go all the way in. Okay? And so on this the white man's holiday, Thanksgiving, he thanking y'all for giving him all y'all shit for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So y'all gonna be Thanksgiving, which is Thursday, November the 25th. I'm gonna be going into Aboriginal Black Indian myth exposed, old Mac Voyages of the Nile. I got to bring that heat. They thinking I ain't gonna ride out on, but I'm gonna ride out on their ass. Again and again and again and again and again and again and again. Because they saying things that they ain't got no business saying. And so, goddamn it, since you want to talk frivolous and reckless, I got to go in your mouth. You understand? You can call whoever you need to call and tell them come get with me. Okay? Because I got all the smoke for any other motherfuckers. I'm going to have niggas running up out their moccasins. I'm going to be scalping motherfuckers. You understand? Motherfuckers going to be packing up TPs trying to flee up out that motherfucker. Grabbing whatever little trinkets they can grab, they moccasins and all of that. But I'm going to be scalping their ass as they trying to run. So believe me, I intend to bring nothing but the pain. You know what I'm saying? And y'all already know on these so-called holidays for y'all that's delirious and ignorance, I show all the way out. Okay? So you most definitely, if you got your family and y'all in there and y'all filled up on macaroni and baked beans and y'all got that goddamn liquor and them damn blunts and y'all gonna be falling out. In truth, y'all gonna be falling out. And so, all right, I done clicked over into the gin and shit. You know what I'm saying? But we about to get on off into this, and I'm not gonna really hold, but I can't say all that I want to say. I can't say all that I want to say. Okay? Now. Okay. Here we go. Now, what we looking at right here, let's go and get into it. Let me get my notes together. In which I can freestyle this shit right here. This is not a problem. This is the former Qibla. Now, Qibla means the direction of prayer for Muslims. Okay? This is the former Qibla of Islam pointed towards the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, where now stands the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Okay? The Al-Aqsa Mosque. Now, it is said that, Muhammad, and I'm going to show y'all, okay? It said that Muhammad flew on the back of a human-headed horse from Mecca I believe it was from Mecca or Medina. Was it Mecca? They say it was Mecca. Okay? Okay, from Mecca to Jerusalem. Now, I ain't, right there, you know, y'all like on some goddamn Aladdin shit. You understand? I'm just gonna be 100, because we know ain't no goddamn horses with no goddamn, see, that's some of the goddamn, you know, the silly little, you know, mythologies and shit that they had that crept right on all the genies and the jinns and Aladdin and the, you know, and they tell you, and I love to say the whole damn title. People's always talking about Aladdin. No, Aladdin and the 40 Thieves. You see that they tell you that they thieves. You know what I'm saying? And no, nobody want to say the whole Aladdin. No, Aladdin and the 40 Thieves. Okay, and so what you see right here is, according to the Quran, Allah allegedly took Muhammad on a journey. They call it the night journey from the Kaaba in Mecca to the Masjid al-Aqsa in Jerusalem. Now, I'm trying to, you know, I'm figuring, okay, you know, because they was praying to Jerusalem before they even went to Mecca. You see what I'm saying? So I don't, you know, I got to go in there and do some research, because I'm kind of confused by that. But anyway, when you look over to the Mesopotamian, you know, the Akkadian, which is African, that's what it is. It's African. You understand what I'm saying? The Nimrod, Hammurabi, and you understand what I'm saying? The Cushites, which are Sudanese, which I must state that are Sudanese. And a lot of people see, this is something that, you know, I got to bring up. You understand what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people don't emphasize this. And I don't know, is it because they feel like they're going to hurt some feelings because they telling, you know, I tell the whole truth. I tell the whole truth, nothing but the fucking truth. So help me God. You see what I'm saying? So when we talk about, you know, Ethiopia, see, a lot of people you got to understand, first and foremost, that's a Greek term. That's not African. That's Greek. Ain't nobody just going to say, I'm burnt face. You understand what I'm saying? Burnt. You know what I'm saying? That's almost like a fucking derogatory statement when you say something like that. And so this was a Greek term. But when they referred that name upon the nation that they spoke of was right above Egypt, which is Nubia, in the Sudan, not the Ethiopia of the day. And so I'm in very, very much question. You know, and I got a right to it. I don't give a fuck if they don't like it or not. You understand what I'm saying? When they spoke of this Ethiopia, the ancient Ethiopia is Sudan. Okay? Being clear about that. And the modern, or the most modern nation that we call Ethiopia today was Abyssinia. They changed their name. They changed their name to Ethiopia. Okay? That's right. Am I right? Am I right? Okay then. Now, why would they do that? You understand what I'm saying? Because now, you know, most, and then so they have attributed a lot of those things in the Bible to what? The more modern Ethiopia. Which, you know, a lot of people say, well, Ethiopia is the most ancient. This is where the modern Ethiopia, this is where you find, you know, the most ancient, you know, human beings and shit and this, that, and the third. But when it comes to civilization, we talking about civilization now. We talking about civilization. Nubia came up way more advanced, than the modern Ethiopia. They were first. That's right. I mean, that's right. And then Aksum came and conquered Nubia when it got so old that it was just, you know, it had seen its last days. And so Aksum was the last of the great civilizations of the Nile Valley. Okay? Of the Nile Valley. As far as I know. Okay? And so, then by renaming and taking the name Ethiopia, and this is no disrespect. I'm just putting at any time, any motherfuckers don't see where I'm going and just thinking I'm just saying this, and I'm gonna tell you why I have to do this. You understand what I'm saying? Because Ethiopia, the modern Ethiopia, okay, the modern Ethiopia, the modern Ethiopia has become a backdoor into Africa for the Arab. Okay, I'm just gonna state that. And a lot of shit that should be smashed down on about them having any presence in the land of Arabia, they give them some type of foundation somehow. This Sabaean and you know what I'm saying, and this, that, and the third, which is, compared to the ancient civilization is yesterday. You understand what I'm saying? They won't even talk about the African presence. I mean, listen here. Even when you talking about the so-called Sabaean civilization that's in southern Arabia, that they are Sabaean, this, that, and the third, even when you're dealing with the so-called migration of Africans out of Africa, and they'll show, one route through Egypt, and then some of them are trying to show a route through Arabia. I mean, goddamn, any which way it go, the African was in what you call Arabia hundreds of at least at minimum tens, and I'm not talking about 2 or 3. You see what I'm saying? So Sabaean ain't shit. You can't even talk about no damn Sabaean. You see what I'm saying? You can't talk about no Sabaean. Africans had went up through there, man, possibly 100,000 years before any. And so I understand, that southern tip was. Matter of fact, let me get some maps up here. Let me get these maps up here. Because I ain't going to play with you. I ain't going to play with you because too many times they steal our shit. And then they let their daddies come through the back door. Now, I'm going to put this map up right here. Now, what I want our family to understand this about, and I'm, the Jewish thing is too easy. You understand what I'm saying? The Jewish thing is too easy. I just want to show them that, when you don't have no actual birthright to the land, you have to make up all type of mythological origins. And after a while, that shit just don't pan out. You see what I'm saying? It just don't pan out. And so when you talking about the Red Sea, you see what I'm saying? It's no doubt that the Africans, and you know what? This is what I didn't show. This gonna break let me go get this map right quick. I cannot work without this map. It just crack heads. It's gonna, here you go, right here. It's gonna do for me what I need, immediately. What need to be done. So you can see it. You see what I'm saying? Come on, goddamn it. Come on, open up. I gotta get this goddamn. I got so many lectures opened up. It's taking these damn lectures damn near 5 minutes to open up. It's so heavy. I got so many damn gigabytes in one damn lecture. I can fill up 2 terabytes. Come on. Open up. Hold up, family. And then I'm gonna go to work. Come on. God damn it. Take all day. Come on. Hold on, family. It's opening. It's opening. Just hold on. And then when I get it open, I'm a rock. I'm a rock. I'm a rock. I got so much shit on this computer. It's time for a new one. I'll be all right. It popped up. All right. It popped up. Let me get the map I need. And this enough. I'm glad I popped this up. This gonna break it down. And then I'm gonna crack their head and show they ain't nothing but quasi Jews. They talk about the Jews so much, but they ain't nothing but Jews they damn self. And then they say they come from Abraham. Shit, Abraham is a Jew, so your father the Jew. How the hell you gonna talk about your own dad? How you gonna talk about your own dad? All right, here go one. Now, okay, good. Now, we in the house now. We in the house now. Let me take this out. See, why did I bring this up? Because this shows you the course of civilization. It shows you in sequence the development of civilization coming down the Nile. You see what I'm saying? And so that's why you see when you look into the interior of Africa, you see it, and whether you see the lake, the so-called the criminally renamed Lake Victoria. You see Kenya, you see Uganda, you see, and so this is the source of the Nile. And so civilization developed in sequence with the flow of the Nile River. And so the Nile River is flowing from south to north. It's flowing down into Egypt. And this is the course of civilization. That's why when you look at so-called Mesopotamia, where's the most ancient of the civilization? It's in the south. Even when you talk about Arabia, the most ancient of Arabia is the southern portion, which they call Yemen. That's what they call Arabia Felix, Happy Arabia. This was the most lush part. You see what I'm saying? Even when you talk about India, you see what I'm saying? You're talking about off the Ganges River. You understand what I'm saying? Which is the side right over here, which is the closest, the side of India that's closest to Africa. So all of them, if you go and you could go across the Angkor Wat, you can go to even over to the Mexico and with the Olmecs. You understand? All of these civilizations was damn near right off the equator. So all these civilizations originated in the tropical zone. You see what I'm saying? No doubt about it. And so we know go good and goddamn well ain't no Cro-Magnon Neanderthals originate nothing in this area at all, which I can clearly, I'm glad I opened this up so I can show y'all. Now, so when we talk about, this, now this is supposedly showing a migration out of Africa. Now, when you see that central point right there, you talking about 250,000 years. Ain't no Sabine. Ain't no goddamn Sabine. Ain't no Himyarites. Ain't no goddamn Arab. Ain't no nothing. Because this is what I got to clear up for anybody out there. Until we get down the river, I don't include everybody with us. But there's no documentation of nobody else on the planet at this time but us. So if they here, they ass is in a cave some damn way. They ain't came out, they ain't produced no cities, they ain't produced no documents, they ain't interacted with nobody else in the world. They ass is in the cave. So when we talking about establishing grave sites and monuments and artifacts and things of that note, then you're talking about the African. And so they got this monogenetic, and I'm not going to get off into that because I have no belief in it whatsoever. This is showing African people coming out into the rest of the world, and at that time it's empty. All right? It's empty. When the African got down to Egypt and was ready to go off into, Northeast Africa, which they call the Middle East, and he opened up the door into Asia, and he had to put a torch up because it was dark. It wasn't shit over there. It was dark. There wasn't nothing over there. So he was the one that took the light of civilization and culture anywhere. Ain't no motherfucker. So I have no problem with African establishing civilization on every continent. They were the first and foremost on every continent, but they come up out of Africa. So ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing about no goddamn Sabaean or no goddamn Himyarite. The Himyarite, they try to talk about the Himyarites, you understand, in Yemen around maybe, what was it? I'll give you 1000 BC. I don't give a goddamn, which I don't believe at all. You cannot put no Caucasian in no goddamn Arabia, no Southern Arabia, at no time. Because we already know ain't no pale man gonna originate in no goddamn desert. Ain't nobody that goddamn stupid. You see what I'm saying? And so whatever dates that they give for the Sabaean or whatever, the Himyarite, that shit yesterday. You see what I'm saying? That's why you always go to the beginning and then you work your way down in sequence, and automatically that's gonna bust that shit wide open. 1000 BC. You understand what I'm saying? And so, that's critical. And the thing what we got to understand from a militaristic standpoint, so you understand that, which they're not saying about Egypt and Nubia and Aksum and even Punt, which they don't talk about. A lot of people talk about Punt as if Punt is some mythological land, but it's documented that more than 2 or 3 pharaohs sailed down to this nation. It was a nation, so this was an authentic nation, which we call Punt, which was in the southern regions. It had to been south of Nubia. You see what I'm saying? And so what we don't understand is that the Africans had already established the shipping lanes, the global shipping lanes that you see today. They had already established these global shipping lanes and including both sides of the Red Sea. Okay? Both sides of the Red Sea. We're not that stupid. We're not going to let no motherfucker set up on the other side of our empire. We're not going to do that. So the Egyptians control, the Nubians control both sides of the Red Sea. All the way from, they control the Mediterranean. They also control the Mediterranean. At the height of the Egyptian civilization, Egypt was the dominant maritime force on the Mediterranean. So they ran the Mediterranean, they ran the Red Sea, all the way to what you call the Gulf of Aden, because they were clearly taking the monsoons into Mesopotamia and to India. Okay? So just make that shit clear. I don't need nobody to verify a motherfucking thing. This is common sense. You see what I'm saying? That niggas just ain't, they need a white man to verify. You can't get a man that's in a goddamn cave to verify some shit he never knew until you told him. He would never know what happened during these times. So they done made up a lot of, lies and shit to, mythological lies to place them in areas that they have no right to claim. You see what I'm saying? So here you're looking at Yemen. And a lot of people say, they try to show where during the time of Aksum, that Aksum did come. Man, we was in control of that shit before then. We was only at the time of Aksum, we was only reclaiming some shit that was already originally ours anyway. We act like, that's the first time that, we reclaiming some shit that was already ours in the first place. And so, we controlled that from ancient time. And it was a middle, what you call port area for the Africans on their way to, it's a lot of spices that it is in that area. Frankincense and myrrh and a whole lot of other things. And they carried it off into Mesopotamia and they carried it off and back and forth. So this was the great monsoon trade routes that were going. And see, the thing is, this is the first world. People keep talking all that. This is the first world. There is no Europe. There is no America. The first world is actually Africa. And then when it went, when it expanded, it went into Asia. So the Indian Ocean, you understand, as you look up here, which ain't no Indian, it's the Kushite Ocean, because ain't no Indian no damn where. You see what I'm saying? I'm sick of people always talking about the Indian. The Indian is damn near AD people. A lot of people done been fooled by these people, and they done did a lot of lip service to fool you into thinking that Indian, not that, I'm not talking about the Kushites that was there before they got there. That just like when you say Indian, that damn near like talking about the Sabaeans. You see what I'm saying? They didn't have shit to do with none of that. You see what I'm saying? And that's the facts. I say, you know what? And this just to show you, any motherfucker that go do the research. I ain't even got off into the damn, because it's too easy to prove that they was affiliated with Judaism. You understand what I'm saying? That one simple fact of showing that they prayed to Jerusalem is enough to let you know, well, goddamn, how, that's heavy influence. You understand what I'm saying? And so, I had to do the research myself because I got this cat on YouTube. I really, when he ready for that debate, you know what I'm saying? It's this Indian cat up there. He be doing a lot of research into ancient Indian temples and this, that, and the third. And he gives them Indian temples way more, credit than they deserve, even though I'm down with the Naga Kushites. You know what I'm saying? He give them primacy even over ancient Egypt and many times, and he's a very foolish man. And I at any given time that he want that smoke, you understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna work his ass out. His career gonna be over at that time. You see what I'm saying? And so I was looking up India just to see how they play on niggas, and niggas don't do no research. We think India is because of the African presence that's up under it. But the motherfuckers over there, just like the Sabaeans, they just got there a few days ago and they sitting on a lot of stuff that do not belong to them. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of genocide has went on over there on the woolly head Kushites that's not being talked about. And so if that was exposed and you understood, then you will see where these Kushites have went. Like any goddamn continent that you go to, it's going to be a period of genocide. And then they're going to claim your shit at the end of the day. So what I did, I say, well, damn, they say India is so ancient. And I say, well, let me go do some research. I'm going to compare their temples. I don't give a fuck if they Naga Kushite or not. I'm going to compare their temple in dates to the Nile Valley temples. Man, look here. Let me tell you something. I would, now that I know, I would never do it again. I would do it maybe one more time. I might do it. It ain't even, that's disrespecting the Nile. I wouldn't even disrespect the Nile like that no more. You understand what I'm saying? Nowhere in the world, because you got to understand, Egypt technically ended in the BC period. After technically the 25th dynasty, you understand, right around maybe 500 BC, is technically, it's a vassal state. You see what I'm saying? But so that means that every temple, every tomb, every artifact from ancient Egypt is in the BC period. You understand? No other civilization in the world could do that. It's impossible. You know what I'm saying? And once you stack Kush, you know, the motherfucker got enough nerve to sit up here and talk. And you know, and I seen the cat, and I'm and like I say, I'm just showing you how people play on you if you don't know the basics of research. Once you know how to research and you really cut into them, you understand what I'm saying? They thinking that people not gonna do any research behind their ass, and so they play on your emotion. People, you know, India got some mystical, you know what I'm saying, allure over people, and so they give it credibility that it don't deserve. No, you know, not the cats of the day, not maybe the Naga Kushites, but they knew that they could not compare to the great mother Ethiopia. They knew that. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not getting on top of them like that. You see what I'm saying? So all these nations that they, India, Sabaean, and all the rest, even the goddamn Grecian state, man, all of them civilizations basically came up at the end of Egypt. I'm sick of motherfuckers. China came, man, a thousand years after the fall of Egypt. India, you know, and again, let me bring this up. I was looking up their temples, right? And damn near 99% of all the Indian temples was built in the AD period. This is real talk. This is real. Go do the research, look them up. Y'all can go look them up yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Damn near 99.9% of all them Indian temples over there was built in the AD period. They don't even, and so they don't got no regiment to even fuck. They don't even got a BC resume that can even fuck with nothing in it. They can't even listen. India can't even fuck with Oxum. You understand what I'm saying? To be real talk, let you know. Oxum got BC, you know, got some BC history. You see what I'm saying? India, and when you're dealing with literature, and you know what I'm saying, they just don't possess that. So, you know, thinking and looking out into the world, you would assume that India damn near existed at the same time as Egypt. Such a lie. Such a lie. Such a lie. Such a goddamn China did not exist at the same time as Egypt. That is a lie. Okay, I'm sick of this shit. And so once y'all understand but you got to understand it from the beginning. God damn it, because you know, if you're gonna call them on it, god damn it. So because they say, oh, this is a monogenetic, you know, migration out of Africa. Okay, then, god damn it. And so when you see that damn epicenter, you see that circle and you see them circles, and that's the epicenter. Until I get down the river, ain't nobody down the damn river. What is you talking about? So how the fuck is you gonna talk about somebody outside of Africa, and you can't even do that until we get down the river? And I don't even know what would make a motherfucker just start walking all over the planet. See, that's what make the shit so ludicrous. I know I'm gonna get on the Islam shit because it ain't gonna take much, but I'm showing y'all how they stealing areas. You understand? And putting these little timelines on it, and how you crack that. You see what I'm saying? How you crack that. And so I don't have no belief that a motherfucker gonna leave the Nile Valley and just start in most of them damn areas that you see going north up into, you mean to tell me that man gonna walk through some mountains and shit and keep it, and he know he done just came out of paradise? What would make, I don't even know what make a motherfucker leave. What would make you leave paradise? You in Africa. You got the Congo rainforest. You got the Nile, the Congo, the Niger. You got all these rivers. You got all these areas of lush vegetation. You got every animal in the world if you want to hunt and you want food. You got all of that. What would make a man or a woman leave paradise, go into some goddamn mountainous caves and shit? You understand? As soon as a motherfucker starts seeing some shit like that, motherfucker gonna turn right back around, go right. You'll see a motherfucker go about, you know, you see them dots up there, the motherfucker go about 5, 6 dots and say, motherfucker say, wait a minute, time to turn around. You understand? Let us get our ass back on up into Africa, where we came from. Ain't no motherfucker just go, what would make a man just start walking? You understand what I'm saying? And just start aimlessly walking. And so that's the foolish shit that they teach, that our people was walking. Our people navigated the oceans. They did not walk. You understand what I'm saying? They did not walk. And again, that's why when you look at all the areas of civilization, where the origin, it was in the South. Just like when I show you here, they sailed in. You see right there, you come down and you go up into the what they today call the Persian Gulf, and at the southernmost point is where civilization started. You come over here to the what they call the Arabian Sea, and right there between Pakistan and India, you see the Ganges. Right there in that southern region is where the civilization started. So the Africans were sailing in. They were not walking no damn where. See, that's where they want to fool you. You see what I'm saying? And that's why when you go into the temples of ancient Egypt, you see arcs, you see boats. When you see Ra, you see even when you go to Dendera, when you look up at the cosmological chart, you see our gods and goddesses sailing on the celestial Nile on arcs, because our people was on boats. They was not walking. You see what I'm saying? And that's why the southern tip, because they already knew that the rest of it was desert. You understand what I'm saying? They already knew the rest of it. So the southern portion, and who the fuck you think, until we get down the river, ain't nobody down the river to come back up the goddamn river. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're using sequence and mathematics. Until we come down the river, ain't nobody down the river to come back up the motherfucking river. So how in the fuck is you gonna place somebody in southern goddamn Arabia before the African get there? It don't make no sense. Cannot make no sense. So that's where we crack their head. You know what I'm saying? And even in the Bible, it speaks that the Africans was in that area before any so-called Ishmaelites, because they say the Arab descended from Ishmaelite. Let me go into this one scroll. I'm tightening them up. I'm just getting this shit out, you know, and dusting the damn, you know, the dust up off of my religious, and I'm getting them together. Now this is from Babylon to Timbuktu. Let me see if I got that. Let me wait a minute. Matter of fact, let me get this. I might need to bring that over, but I'll wait. I'm gonna need to bring that over, but I'll wait. I'm gonna tighten it up because I feel it's about that time. Where's that one? From Babylon to Timbuktu. It was up here. Hold on, family. Let me grab it. And so, I mean, even using the Bible, that don't even mean shit. Because the Bible just, you know, you talking about 4,000 BC, man, goddamn, that ain't nothing to African chronology. And they know better than that shit. Them niggas out there holding on to that, you know, like a grown ass man putting on baby clothes and shit. You can't do no shit like that. You know, you busting out the shit. You too ancient for that type of chronology. Wait a minute, family. You know what? I just saw it. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't escape me. But I just wanted to bring that out. It didn't escape me. It didn't escape me. And it's so many of them in that particular lecture that it's gonna be hard for me to find it. It's gonna be hard for me to find it and all that. But let me go into some things right quick. Let me go into some things right quick about. And so the thing is, when you talk about pork, when you talk about pork, that's one of the things that they got from the Jews. That's one of the things that they got from the Jews that was living at that time in Arabia. That's still a very recent, that come after Alexander. You understand what I'm saying? That's just to show you that even in the Quran, do y'all understand that Alexander the Great is considered a prophet? I got him in there. You can look it up right here. It's called Dual Quran, or however you pronounce that. I think it's Carnan. Okay, Dual Carnan. Okay, Alexander Macedonia. They call him the two-horned one. The two-horned one, okay, is a prophet in Islam. Now it's up for debate whether when you can look it up. I didn't get a chance to get the particular. It's there. I saw it. I just didn't get it out there. And so but that just show you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was telling you, they came through there. Why would they have such a preference for Alexander? You see what I'm saying? Alexander was the first one that cracked, that coalition of African nations from Egypt over to Mesopotamia. And so he cracked and even went to India. So he was the one, and then once he cracked that canopy of African coalition, then all them vagabonds, they still didn't pour in there, but that was their first entrance down into these areas. You see what I'm saying? But the African was already there, and a lot of times, see, they could creep into Arabia somewhat because it wasn't looked at as no prime real estate. Only the southern region was looked at as prime real estate. So if a motherfucker crept over there, you know what I'm saying, they probably could hang out without somebody really, really fucking with them. You see what I'm saying? And so the majority of them came at the time of the Ottoman Turks when they came down there and conquered Mecca. You see what I'm saying? And conquered, and so a lot of them Turks came down there too. And so that was another, another push from the Cro-Magnon Neanderthal. You see what I'm saying? And that's really one of the reasons why, see, the Jews really didn't want to fuck with Muhammad, you understand, and what he was trying to pull off, because they didn't just fled from up there. You understand what I'm saying? Them goddamn Romans was already cracking their head. And so they had to flee up out of there. And so with his allegiances and shit, and looking to, got preference and shit for Alexander and this, that, and the third. And I can go deeper than that to show you a lot of them, the Quran didn't stole. I ain't gonna say stole. They probably just, who the Romans helped compile that shit. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't have no books. Okay, so they helped them to create a lot of that. You understand? Them Catholics is in there. The Jew is in there. Both of them is in that book. You see what I'm saying? But the Jew didn't really want to fuck with them because they was claiming, that Serapis, which later became Jesus, was a prophet, and they did not ascribe to that. You understand what I'm saying? So whatever support they might have been showing Muhammad at first, when the Meccans showed up there to knock on that door and say, send him on out, they sided against him. And for that, you understand what I'm saying? They began to exterminate them Jews up in there. Matter of fact, I got the Dr. Ben got a timeline to show where they wiped them out. But other than that, you understand what I'm saying now? Talking about praying towards, let me show you if I got that in there. And another thing that I can show you that they took from Judaism was that really Muhammad was a carbon copy of Moses. You see what I'm saying? And so when you read this, it says, and the children of Israel saw the face of Moses, that the skin of Moses' face shone. And Moses put the veil on his face again. So they saying when Moses got face to face with God, his damn face lit up. And it was so bright that he had to put on a veil. And so I'm wondering every time I see damn Muhammad, he got the damn veil on. You see what I'm saying? He got the veil on like Moses. See, this is Moses and this is Muhammad. Let me put Muhammad on there. So, and not only that comparison, you understand what I'm saying? Muhammad receives the recital, from the angel Gabriel, Jabril, whatever, on Mount Hira, and Moses receives the 10 Commandments on Mount Sinai. You see what I'm saying? And so he's actually just, carbon copying Moses. You see what I'm saying? And not only you didn't carbon copy Moses, you didn't took laws, because the laws, the dietary laws, even circumcision. They took circumcision from the Jews. That was in Arabia. And so we got to understand that the so-called, now we know Walter Williams, we're going to work with it. Just the rudimentary shit. It's still there, though. It's still there. And I'm going to show you what Dr. Ben, if you go into his book, here it is, The African Origins of Western Religions, you will see this timeline in there. You see what I'm saying? And so you see right here, 610 CE, Muhammad receives his call from the archangel Saint Jabril. Okay? 615, flight of Muhammad, the Hajra, and his followers to Ethiopia, East Africa. Some exclude Muhammad from this event. Other writers declare he was with this group. Okay? And so now this is 620 CE, Muhammad's night journey on the clouds from Mecca to Jerusalem aboard the seventh heaven, according to Muslim holy scripture. So so even in his mythology, he goes to Jerusalem. You see? And that's where he ascends to heaven. Okay? That's where he ascends. So right there, you checking in. He looks at Jerusalem as being divine. You see what I'm saying? He looks at Jerusalem at that time was the most holy city. It wasn't no damn Mecca wasn't holy at that time. Jerusalem was the holiest city in Islam in the very beginning. Okay? And now you start seeing right here, 626 CE, black Jews, the tribe of Nahir, exterminated by the Muslims. No more than 12 of their number remained, but they were expelled from Arabia. So when they didn't want to side with his ass, so what he was doing, he was thinking that he was going to adopt a lot of the Judaic religion, and the similarities would make them convert. But because he claiming to be a prophet, according to the Torah, they prophethood had ended. And according to the Torah, there would be no more prophets until they return back to Israel under I believe, the Messiah. You understand what I'm saying? So they won't have no more prophets. So when he started saying things that was out of their belief system, they lost a lot of, and then when the Meccans started heading that way and motherfuckers was talking about how large that army was, they was like, wait a minute, I don't think we want to be a part of this. You see what I'm saying? And so, and that's when, see, this is the real shit. This is when he stopped facing Jerusalem and facing Mecca. When he knew he did not have the support of them Jews, he started looking to Mecca and praying to Mecca. You just got to use. You can't get all off into that was what it was. You see what I'm saying? And so you see right there, and then there was another tribe that he exterminated right there, 628 CE. Muhammad and his soldiers of Allah massacred the black Jews of Arazah. Okay, Arazah. All women and children sold into slavery except those taken as members for harems in Arabia and Persia. More than 700 men murdered. Only one reported saved because of his conversion to Islam. You see what I'm saying? And so the thing, and so I don't need to get off into that part of it, but you know what I'm saying? So this is right here. You can look it up. This is called the Mosque of the Qibla. And so this is the mosque where he's supposed. Now this is not the same mosque at all. We know that. This has been rebuilt, but this is the mosque. You can look it up as the Mosque of the Qibla, and it's actually two Qiblas in there. I guess one facing Jerusalem, one facing Mecca, and this is where he changed the Qibla. And it's in the Quran. It really don't stay why, but we know why. We know God ain't no God. We know that they right, and they didn't fell out with the Jew. And so we ain't no, you didn't massacre these people. So you can't be looking to Jerusalem no more. Now, so they looked to Mecca. So Mecca wasn't all that holy at the time. You see what I'm saying? And the fact that when you look at what they call the Borak, you look at the Borak, which is a human-headed horse, it's nothing but a carbon copy of the Cushite Nimrod, sculptures of Nimrod showing the human-headed, what they call the Sphinx. A Sphinx can be more than just a lion. But it's a winged Sphinx, a winged lion, a winged horse with a human head. You see what I'm saying? And so you can see all of this, adding from different cultures that are not Islamic. Okay, and so here again, this is the former Qibla of Islam pointing towards the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, where now stands the Al-Aqsa Mosque. And this is Temple Mount. This would have been where Solomon's temple would have been. You see what I'm saying? So it shows you how they was connected to the Jews. So they was quasi Jews, and really from the very beginning, they was quasi Jews. They got their dietary laws, many of the laws out of the prophets. You understand? Moses, Abraham, but they just tried to throw a curveball with Ishmael, and they just couldn't pull it off because, according to the Bible, it states that Ishmael married an African woman. His mother was African. He married an African woman, and so they never went to no Mecca. And so, that's a very core, a core teaching, what I'm saying, of Islam, that Ishmael, who is the son of Abraham and Ishmael built the Kaaba. See, but all of this shit came later. Because if they actually believe that Abraham and Ishmael built the Kaaba, they wouldn't have never been looking to Jerusalem. So that had to be some after the fact made up information. Okay? If Abraham and Ishmael built, and y'all knew that from the very beginning, then why would y'all have been facing Jerusalem? So after they fell out with them Jews, then they had to come up with something else. And so that's why you got two different writings in the Quran. You got the writings where he was in Medina, and then he got the writings when he was in Mecca. The ones that was in Medina was first. Them was the ones when he was in there under them Jews. And then the second writings is when after he come, I believe he takes Mecca. Okay? That's after he takes Mecca. And so you already know that that's what it is. And so We just warming up, family. We just warming up. Anytime they think they ready to step, bring it on. I have no problem because I'll step right outside of the Bible and go straight into, because I don't need that. I'm just showing you how they lie. And like I say, if you go and watch the first video, you'll see the quotes in the Quran that validate and confirm and affirm the Torah and the gospel. So like they try to say that the Bible has been changed, that the Torah has been changed, that the gospel has been changed, but in the Quran it says, and that's probably the ones where he was in Medina. You understand what I'm saying? That the Torah was to confirm the Quran. So if you was in any misunderstanding of what you was reading in the Quran, then go read the Torah and the gospel to confirm it, so you could get a clear understanding. They wasn't talking about that the Bible had been changed. They were glorifying the Torah and the gospel, saying that it was given unto Moses and Jesus by Allah. You understand what I'm saying? And so I guess, again, when they fell out with them goddamn Christians and them Jews up in there, then they changed all of that. They changed all. They went in there, and that's why they say, I think they call it a aberration or whatever, is when you come and have to, you say something in contradiction to what you said before. And they say you got to accept the new translation. You see what I'm saying? And so, they, right there, it just show you that ain't got nothing to do with no grand God in the sky, fragile in his thinking, that can't put thoughts together, got to change them every 3 chapters and shit, this, that, and the third. These are feeble-minded men lying as they going, making this shit up as they going. Y'all niggas better wake up out there, y'all. Get on over there to KingSeti.com, GeneralSeti.com, Patreon, General Sarasun Seti. We got a sale going on KingSeti.com. You ain't even got to put the code in. 15% off, KingSeti.com. When you get ready to check out, they're going to deduct your 15% off of anything that you order. And that's going on until Wednesday. So y'all better get on over there and get you something nice. Okay? All right, family. I'll be black at y'all ass again real soon. This is the General Sarasun Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black Power.